Days into his second term, President Donald Trump is cracking down on illegal immigration and laying the groundwork for rapid deportations.
Now, we've not seen any ICE raids here in Central Texas, but if and when they do happen, churches, hospitals, and schools won't be off limits. Since 2011, those places have been considered sensitive, but President Trump got rid of those protections. Those areas are now fair game.
KVUE's Daniel Perot is live outside Pillow Elementary School in North Austin with more on how schools and churches are preparing for these orders. Daniel?
Brian, some immigrant families are now wondering if it's safe to go to school or church. For years, those have been considered safe spaces, off limits for federal immigration authorities. Now, school districts like Austin are planning for what to do in the event that federal immigration agents come knocking at the door. President Donald Trump's crackdown on immigrants is sparking fear in migrant communities.
Pues para protegernos nosotros nuestras vidas.
Migrants like Carmen, who lives in California, say schools, which were once a place of peace, are now full of fear and worry. It's been on her mind since President Trump started talking about mass deportations on the campaign trail.
We have to get all of these criminals, these murderers, drug dealers and everything. We're getting them out.
President Trump revoked a directive barring arrests in sensitive areas like schools, churches, hospitals, and weddings. In Texas, immigrant advocacy groups are condemning the Trump administration's efforts.
It's an attack on people who go to church, temple, and mosque. And it introduces an unnecessary level of fear and anxiety and trauma for all our families.
In a letter to families, Austin ISD Superintendent Matias Segura says they're closely monitoring what comes out of the new directive. Public school districts must educate students regardless of immigration status. It's a balance between protecting students and complying with the law. The district says it has provided teachers with guidance on how to navigate the topic with students and resources for how to respond to different situations. They've also developed an FAQ page for families. Louis Malfaro is the Associate Executive Director of Austin Voices for Education and Youth, a nonprofit that runs family resource centers in Austin schools.
Families who have someone in the family that may not have documentation get scared, and then they won't come to school, and sometimes they won't send their kids to school. And that's incredibly problematic for students learning. And to disrupt their educations right now is really, really going to put our economic success as a community at risk.
State lawmakers in the Mexican-American Legislative Caucus sent a letter to the Texas Education Agency today, encouraging the agency to issue guidance to school districts on how to handle immigration enforcement, saying they should focus on things like standardized protocols for ICE interactions and trauma-informed support for students on campuses. In North Austin, Daniel Perot, KVUE News.